How many opinions do you have about yourself? How many times has someone given you their opinion and you were not ready for it? You didn't want it, and it didn't really take into account everything that you're up to. I'm Alex Iglesia, and this is Wake Up Epic. We're looking at the 17th hexagram, also known as the 17th Human Design Gate, 17th Gene Key. We'll look at it through the lens of embodiment. In other words, we're going to look at the top trigram, the bottom trigram, what makes up the fundamental mechanics of this hexagram, and experiment a little bit with, well, what exactly is this pattern called opinion and farsightedness? So we'll do three things. One, I'll walk you through the embodiment. Two, we'll take a look at some of the core beliefs that come out of just looking at the top and bottom trigram. And three, we'll run the movement pattern a few times to see what it has to teach. Now, we could read books and books and books about opinion. We could read lots of information about this. There's something very, very special about diving directly into the embodiment of it and seeing what that pattern has to show and how it plays out in your life. So here we go. We'll start off by recognizing that in the gene keys, the themes are the shadow of opinion and the gift of farsightedness. And we can already get a sense for that, or maybe it gives you some contractions and some sensations in your body as you think about how you relate to people's opinions, or how many opinions you have, and how many opinions you have that get in the way of connecting with people, or get in the way of feeling like your contribution is being received. Now, the top trigram in UZAZU is called channel, and it's the mind-body state of coming forward in the world and active in the world and focusing our attention. It's to say, it's making a contribution. I like to think of this one as, if we're at dinner and you say, hey, Alex, can you pass me some salt and pepper? And I go, sure, here it is. There's a sense of specificity. I've got something to contribute. I want to make a difference. I want to wedge in there and make a difference. So the top trigram being channel creates the context, the space in which we're going to take a choice. We're going to make a choice and we're going to take an action. So in this space of contribution, imagine you're in a community and everybody's agreeing, yeah, this is a safe place to make a difference. What do you got? Then we're going to drop down into bridge, the bottom trigram. This is yang, yin, yin. We're coming forward in the world, dropping down and bringing our attention and our awareness to listening, and then we're coming narrow. We're focusing that attention. So what's the difference? One's a bit more active, one's a bit more passive. One's about, I want to make this contribution, I'm involved, and the other is, the I isn't really here. It's more about the connection between you and me. So the whole embodied story goes something like this. In this space of contribution, I can make a connection. From this connection, I can feed that back into the contribution. So think about a situation in your life where your opinion matters. Think about a meeting, think about a collaboration. Think about what you're writing, creating, drawing, content, marketing, a sales process, ordering food from a restaurant, having a conversation with your loved ones. You want to make a contribution. That's why you're together in that moment. But is there a connection? Is there a block of that connection? Is the other person blocking the connection? Is there an opinion that's blocking that connection? How many judgments do we have that stops us from being open, open-hearted, vulnerable, willing to risk rejection? So one of the ways we can do this is look at our two movements and see this embodied story. Now we'll come back to it now that you've got the basic idea and you felt that in your body a few times. Let's take a look at the 4 key beliefs that come out of this from an UZAZU perspective. So it's all about listening for the opportunities to benefit and enrich each other. Listening to the opportunities to benefit and enrich each other. So in this space where the intent is contribution, can we really listen for what's beneficial before we just jump in and do? Have you ever had somebody who just jumps in and does but didn't really pause to find out what was really needed. So these go together in a pretty profound way. Here's how we'll do the belief work. One of the things that's great about this is because we know these beliefs emerge out of these patterns, then doing the patterns with the beliefs is a really synergistic approach. Now, as you do it, feel your body, because come on, we might not be completely aligned with these beliefs. We're going for the ideal, but you're going to feel what's real. So it's something like this. Get your body in position, put one hand up and channel the other hand in bridge. So the idea is we're holding both. We're kind of doing both. That's a process that's happening through us. And so from this channel and bridge, you can breathe and you can feel, and you can even let that go a little bit. Just hold it lightly. Contribution, connection. Can I do contribution and connection at the same time? That's what we're asking. And the body helps us slow things down. Kind of like journaling helps slow down our thoughts. This helps us slow down and focus our state. So there's 4 beliefs. First one is, I can consistently find ways to benefit and enrich my relationships. Let's say that again, break it down so you can repeat the pieces. Feel it in yourself. I consistently find ways to benefit and enrich my relationships. Number 2, I can actively prioritize doing the things that benefit my relationships. Third belief statement, I can enthusiastically invest in the quality of these connections. Investing through your contribution in the quality of the connections. And finally, I can consistently give attention and care to those most important to me. Now, if this is your first time ever doing this, maybe your arms got tired. If it's not your first time and you've been meditating and working on your sensitivity and your embodiment, then you may have noticed various glitches, contractions, thoughts, or even challenges saying or remembering the words. Those are all signs that this belief isn't quite something you own. We want to own these body-mind positions, so to speak. It makes a lot possible. So what we'll do is, with all that now in the background, we'll move through these 2 movement patterns 5 times. And it looks just like this. We start from neutral, step forward into the channel, we drop down into the bridge, back up to the channel, and then back to neutral. So kind of reset, cleanse our palate, do it again. Now, the last piece of instruction for today, because we could go much deeper, there's so many nuances to this, is it works better the calmer you are. The less you try, the more it lands. So relax, find your flow with this. You can't do it wrong. You'll just see where you're at. And that by itself is magical. So here we go. Are you ready? Stepping forward into the channel. Find a way that makes you feel good. Drop down into the bridge. Find a moment where that feels like it clicks into place. And then come back up, more active with your spine, channel. Back to neutral, let it go. Because, we get our stuff done for the day, we go to bed, we start the next day. So next day, here we go, channel. This intention to contribute, to be a contribution. And once that feels like it settles, drop down with purpose to connect, to consciously open to connect, to resonate with the other. Let your body soften around that. And once connection clicks in place, bring it into, let it inform, how do I want to contribute? And let go. We can have an opinion about what we're contributing and then listen to the market and then inform our products and our services. Let's try that. We have an opinion of what we're going to contribute. Content, we're going to write tweets, Facebook posts, messages, delegation. Then let's listen to what really needs to happen from the marketplace, client, ourselves, the business. And somewhere in there is a spark, a little aha. Oh, I get it. They want this. And I want this. Something like this. And then let it go. Last two, I'm not going to say anything other than just to remind you, channel, bridge, channel. Just be open to the experience. Here we go. Channel. Bridge. Channel. Neutral. Last one. Here we go. Channel. Bridge. And channel. Neutral. To finish this practice, there's lots of ways we can integrate or give yourself some time. A favorite is hand on the back of the head, hand on the forehead, and take a few breaths. See how much of your body you can feel. Let that go. So well done. You've done at least 3 things. You've tried something completely new. You got out of your comfort zone, and you probably learned a little bit of something. Second, you learned a movement pattern, a tool that's specifically connected to where you might be glitching or having a challenge around giving or receiving opinions, where opinions might be getting in your way of feeling very confident about your contribution and the people you're connecting to. And 3, you may have had some really interesting insights and awoken up the awareness of what is actually possible for you when you surrender to life and you bring your skills to the table. So thanks for waking up, Epic. Thanks for being Epic, and thanks for being you. I'll see you in the next video.